Hi Cancer, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your love and romance reading for the month of July 2018. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Cancer, I'm just reminding everyone that this is an adjunct video to the previously released longer, more comprehensive love and romance reading I did for the months of May, June, and July. There's a link here if you haven't seen it yet or want to remind yourself what that reading was about. I also did one for June, just like I did for today. I'm doing for today. And Cancer, also, the life purpose and career and money readings are up on at the Sloan Academy, which is there's a link below. But I have all my online courses there: how to read oracle cards, course on crystals and spirituality, and this new subscription service for 99 cents a month to view the life purpose and career and money readings. And so the ones are up now for July, but there's a free 30-day trial, so you can check it out if you like, and there's no charge for the first 30 days. If that resonates, go ahead and check those out there. Okay, now that business is taken care of, Cancer, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So today I'm going to get one card as the overarching theme from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley, 3 cards from the Mary L. Tarot, one card in the position of what you're meant to do, not doing what you can look forward to regardless, based on the overarching energy. And then we'll have one more card at the end of the reading from the Romance Angels. Let's go ahead and get started. Cancer, my beautiful water sign. Well, it's not my water sign. It's your water sign. Beautiful water sign. Okay. What is the overarching thing for Cancer, Sun, and Rising for the month of July 2018? Okay, here we go, Cancer. Transition, interesting, and discernment under the deck. So it looks like it is a period of time for you where you are shifting and changing into from one thing into another. Could be from singlehood into marriage. It could be, if you're coupled, that you're transitioning into something else within your marriage. Say you decide to have a child, this kind of thing, or you move homes. We're going to get some additional cards. But the transition card is interesting because when you think of transition, it sounds more smooth than like change. And there is a more gentle feel to it. But there's also some resistance here as I feel this card for you. So, be aware of that, because, not all change, a lot of people don't like change, and sometimes you want to drag our feet. Like, even though we want the changes, the actual change itself can feel overwhelming sometimes, or, you feel like you have one foot in an old world and one foot in a new world a little bit. I'm going to get some additional cards. We have this discernment under the deck. So... It's depicted here a little bit like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, which is kind of an interesting card because I wouldn't necessarily think of that with discernment. I'm going to feel that out as we go along. I'm not going to comment on that yet. All right, so based on this transition, what are the Cancer people meant to do, not do, and what can they look forward to regardless in the month of July 2018 regarding love and romance? Do not do. Look forward to regardless. Okay, here we go, Cancer. Sorry, this deck's kind of new, so it's really sticky. Alright, so what you're meant to do is the Justice card. Beautiful energy. What you're meant to not do is the Ace of Cups in reverse. And what you can look forward to regardless is the Queen of Wands. Could be a fire sign involved here. Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Possibly a female, but not necessarily. We have the Ten of Discs, Ten of Pentacles under the deck. It could be that there has been an outlay of money recently, in the recent past. Or maybe during this time frame, but that has you worried a little bit. But remember, if you did have an outlay of money, it was for something that is you're in process of making better, whatever that means. So if you bought a home, you may have had a significant outlay of money, but remember you're transitioning. So within that transition, you haven't yet manifested all the fruits of that labor, so to speak. So don't worry about that. I mean, this is a love and romance reading, but money is part of our world, right? Okay, so we have this beautiful transition card as the overarching theme. A shift is occurring. You are moving from one thing to another. There may be a little bit of resistance, a little bit of trepidation. You're not quite sure what's to come yet. But what you're meant to do and start doing is the Justice card. Well, first and foremost, if it does have something to do with a home or that kind of thing, make sure that all the legal end is taken care of. Double check that. We also have, I don't know why this Ten of Discs is really drawing me. It's in the reverse. So in addition to maybe an outlay of money that you've made recently, there may be obligations that are weighing on you as well, regarding family, regarding finances, inheritances, this kind of thing. Maybe that's what the resistance is about. I'm not sure what that's about for you, Cancer, but don't worry, it's all going to work out. Just be discerning. Be careful, be deliberate. Make sure you know what you're signing, what you're doing, where you're going. I feel like you are anyway, but... so we have the Justice card. And what you're meant to do, start doing, or keep doing. And this is about fairness. It's about just action. It is major arcana energy, so it's a major focus for you. There could be a Libra individual involved, but not necessarily. I will say with the Justice card, it's about keeping your cards close to your chest as well. You're being fair and you're being just, but you're not being showy at all. You're being careful, discerning. This is why the discernment, so there we go. And this is what you're meant to do and start doing. So if you are dating, again, keep your cards close to your chest. Don't just blab everything right away. And be discerning. Make sure that who you are focusing your attention on is someone you would want later, because you're in a transitory process and you don't want to go from one bad thing to another. Say you just broke up with someone. You want to be really discerning so you don't repeat patterns. You want to be fair and just. And if you do have an ex, be fair and just towards him or her as well. Now what you're meant to not do or stop doing is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Here it is in the upright. You have it in the reverse for what you're meant to not do or stop doing, Cancer. And as I feel it for you, you're meant to be fair and just, clear-headed, logical. You're meant to not do is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Don't spend any time in the confusing energy, second-guessing yourself, second-guessing what your heart wants. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, in terms of what you're meant to not do or stop doing, it's like you're meant to not look at areas where there's some sadness and confusion. Not that you're not meant to look at it, but you're not meant to spend a lot of time there. You're meant to note it, but don't wallow in it, right? We have the discernment. You're being very discerning. You're transitioning from one way to another. So when you're in this transitory period, you don't want to wallow in anything. You're gathering information and you are integrating lessons from the past so that you can use them as you move forward. You're being fair and just. You're being logical. You're keeping your cards close to your chest during this time period, as you've been encouraged to do so. And with the Ace of Cups in the reverse for what you're meant to not do or stop doing, don't spend a lot of time being confused. Is it right? Is my heart telling me the right thing? And trust your instincts. Trust what your heart is wanting and drawing you towards. Now, we have the likely, or what's going to be at play throughout the month of July anyway, is the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands, again, could be a fire sign, but it doesn't have to be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but someone who can be a little scattered, someone who has a lot of energy and a lot of grand ideas, but not really the faintest idea how to get those ideas off the ground. They can be very supportive, seemingly so, but there's a selfishness there and a little bit of arrogance. So just be aware that this energy is flowing through the month of July for you, Cancer, and it isn't necessarily negative energy, but it can be problematic. So just be discerning, because this person can be enticing and can be a real draw, and they can be very charismatic. But they're kind of flaky, and a lot of it's kind of superficial. It doesn't have to be female, but it is showing up as a queen here. Okay. This is why I guess you have to be discerning. You know, make sure that whatever you're doing it with clear eyes. You know, what you're meant to do is the Justice card. That, you know, Justice is being fair. Justice is being logical. She's not being swayed either way by rhetoric or emotions. You know, Lady Justice is very balanced. And so you're meant to spend more time with the balance and not get caught up in the wallowing, you know, where you go into one area. I'm so confused, I don't know what to do, or I'm sad, and, you know, this kind of thing. Be like the wind a little bit, or like, you know, you're a Cancer. Be sort of oceanic in the ebb and flow a little bit, but maintain your core strength here, Cancer. This Queen of Wands, again, a lot of great ideas, can be very sexy, very charismatic individual, but kind of flaky and not necessarily the most well thought out in terms of their planning here. It could be you embodying these characteristics as well. Okay, let's get, again, there's this Ten of Discs in reverse. So there's this idea of money, inheritances, family wealth, family homes, this kind of thing, heritage, legacy. So that's at play. It's under the deck. And so maybe you or your partner has a strong family situation going on during this month. Okay, we have reconciliation. Someone from the past is returning to your life. This just dropped out of the deck. Now, I can hear all you Cancers. Who could that be? As you move into August, this is what you're looking at. Now, it may not necessarily be that there is an actual person from your past who comes back in. It could be an old pattern emerging, re-emerging as we go into August, to be addressed and looked at again. Remember, you're being very, you know, you're being encouraged to have this discernment, to be very discerning. You know, don't be blind to what's going on. Be clear-sighted. Don't get caught up in this energy. And as you go into August, make sure that remember, it's always an energy first. So sometimes it shows up in the form of a person, sometimes it shows up in the form of a situation or a pattern. So if it's a pattern that's showing up again in your partnership, within your partner, or in your crush, or even with you, as we move into August, address it, you know, clear-sighted, openly, fairly, without self-judgment. Like, oh, here it is again. I'm obsessing over an individual, or I'm drawn to this person again who's like all show, but not a lot of substance, or this person flaked out on me and I gave them, you know, a lot of leeway, but really in truth, it wasn't fair to me, you know, this kind of thing. So you address the pattern if it is a pattern coming back in, and if it's someone coming back in, that could be exciting for some of you. Keep an open mind. They may have changed. They may not be the same person they were when they left. So you're meant to keep an open mind. Remember, it's what you're meant to do. You're meant to be fair and just here during this time period. And when you're fair and just, you allow people a second chance, because many people do grow. Sometimes people grow rather rapidly, sometimes slowly, and sometimes seemingly not at all. But you won't know until you interact with this person if it is indeed a person coming back in, Cancer. So, all right, I hope you find that helpful. I wish you much love as always, and I'll see you either at your private appointment for tarot or Reiki, or I'll see you over at the Sloan Academy, where I have all online courses and the subscription videos for the life purpose and career readings. And I will still do my life purpose career reading for the 3-month time frame here on the YouTube channel for August, September, and October. So that will be on the YouTube channel. Is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so. Much love.